Daniels, everybody!
Well, thank you very much. Welcome. How wonderful to be here at the start of another academic year with all you lovely songwriting students. Could you just say yes if you are on the BA songwriting? Yes. Could you just say yes if you are on the MA songwriting?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow, you split in two.
How funny.
Do we have anybody here who is not on the BA or the MA songwriting? Woo! You get like a first for one module. No, that's not within my power. It might be within his power though. No, fantastic. So we've got lots of different students from lots of different programs. So this is the event of the year where we, the tutors, play for you. And we show you what Songwriting Circle is like in case you haven't been to an event like this before. But from now on, we will do one of these events once a month, and your bottoms will be on these chairs. So we generally have a tutor host. We generally have a special guest, and we've had some absolutely fabulous guests, and we expect to have some this year. And they take 2 of the chairs, and then the other 4 chairs are taken by MA and BA songwriting or anybody who's interested in playing their songs in this format. And the idea of this format is that the songs are the stars. So this is an event for people who, it's great if you're a fabulous singer and you look very nice, but that's not what the event is about. The event is about the songs, and so we do it acoustic, stripped back, sitting together as a community to share the songs, and we encourage chat, sing along, sharing the stories behind the songs, having a good time joining in, but it's really about songcraft. What else do I need to tell you? I'm not going to go on because the mechanism for how you apply to play, you can look at the events page for that. If I haven't met you and you're on the BA songwriting and you want to meet me or email me about anything, you're very welcome to do so. We're going to have 2 rounds this evening. The first one is going to be hosted by the wonderful Shane Beales, your BA songwriting program leader. And in a minute, Shane will take over and he will introduce the other tutors on the round. And we're going to go round in a circle. They're going to play 2 songs, 1 on each round. That will take about an hour. Then we're going to have a break of about 10 minutes. And we're going to go on to our second round where we'll have 6 more tutors on these chairs. I will host the second round. I will have with me the wonderful Nadine, the wonderful Ben Myers, the wonderful Jonathan Wiskard, the wonderful Satch, and the wonderful Jamie Doe. Just to whet your appetite for round 2. But for now, I will hand over to Mr. Shane Beales.
All right, good evening, everyone. Great to see you. So it's my absolute pleasure and privilege to introduce some of your tutors. Some of them you have probably met in class, others not yet. So first of all, she leads the master's module in process and creative process and practice. Yeah, all the P's. And she's absolutely fab. And she is Angela Blacklaw. Welcome, Angela. Next to Angela, you probably got auditioned by this guy if you've made it to ICMP, and he's working with our first years. This is Mauro Lacandia. Next, we have another program leader in the house and a MA songwriting graduate as well. This is James Rees. Welcome, James. James leads the creative production program. And then here we have the fabulous master's tutor, BA songwriting tutor, lead person with our hookup with the NSAI shebang from Nashville. And it's Hannah Rose Platt, everyone. Hannah Rose Platt. Another master of songwriting. It's probably going to be a bit loud for the crowd, mate, so we can pull it down a little bit. I'm going to kick off with a song that I wrote when I was a second year. So way back. And it's, can you imagine, ginger kid at uni looking for romance?
Is that the title?
Basically, that's the story of my life at that point. And I wrote this song for my wife and daughter, neither of whom I'd met at that time. But I'm happy to say that I've met both of them, and we have another beautiful little girl as well who's keeping us awake at night. But we're a very happy family. But this evening, I'm dedicating it to our newest songwriting baby, who is Cora Robin, Jamie Doe's little tiny girl, who arrived 10 weeks ago. And this is for Cora. It's called No Need to Hide. can pull it down in the monitor, mate. Whisper softly, constant calming, coming from her face, from her face. Tiny fingers in my pocket, a constant beating heart. Little gaze. If love is on your side, there's no need to hide. And true love you might find, but you're waiting outside. Delicately teach her, love her, be her mother, love her like no other. Here my heart is yours already, here it is already. Love is on our side, there's no need to hide. And true love we might find, waiting outside. You cannot hear me calling your name, then you've only got yourself to blame. Love is on our side, there's no need to hide. If love is on our side, there's no need to hide. Thank you very much. And welcome, 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 Angela Blacklaw. It's so great to have you with us.
It's enormously good fun to be here. Shane, that was so passionate and so tender and so beautiful.
Thank you, mate.
And I'm going to have to change the mood. I'm sorry. So sometimes we do songs, we've been doing for years and so on. I'll do one of those later. This is hot off the press. Right. So hot off the press, I don't know the lyrics. They're sitting there. And because the lyrics are so wordy, I can't even play the damn thing. So thank you to Hannah Rose Platt, who is going to join in as well. Awesome. Thank you. Got a rival, huh?
Different mood for sure.
1 and 2. Living to the end was killing me slowly. You only ask what you already know. God's living preacher said I would get used to it, but all I got was bruised and old. And my life, knocking and knocking at death's door. My life, knocking and knocking at death's door. I wished at the well, I threw in a sixpence, ripples expanded, swallowed it whole. Nothing to see but the moon in her silence, smiling, soothing the wet world below. While my life went tapping and lapping at death's door. While my life went tapping and lapping at death's door. Words have wings, so I blew them up to the moon. At the dark of the night, showed her my bruises. Gently she kissed them, told me the devil would make it all right. That life would come dancing at death's door. That life would come dancing at death's door. All drowsy he was, sleeping beside me. The moon made me do it, the devil took my hand. Drink this, my darling, he trusted my smiling. Fallen flowers for a sunken man. And his life went beating and beating at death's door. And his life beating and beating at death's door. All drowsy he was now, sleeping in water. I did my wishing well, down he did go. Tied memories to a rock, dropped them beside him. Only the ripples now, soft and slow. And his life, tapping and lapping at death's door. His life, tapping and lapping at death's door. So listen, my sisters, if men choose to hurt you, don't hide your bruises, don't live in hell. The moon and the devil are waiting to help you, but don't drink the water from the wishing well. For life's always tapping and knocking at death's door. For life is knocking and knocking at death's door. Life knocking at death's door. Life is knocking at death's door. Life knocking at death's door. Life is knocking. That was my first murder ballad.
Absolutely loved it. What a tune. What a tune.
Thank you.
And like you had us at the end as well. Fabulous accompaniment as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, lovey.
Love it. Okay, so let's hear it for Mr. Mauro. Welcome, Mauro.
Hello, everyone.
What are you going to play for us, mister?
All right. I'm going to play a work in progress, but a song that I wrote with an ICMP alumni called Diana. Super talented. And basically, this is, I suppose, is a very simple song, but very relatable, I guess, because it just came in a very natural moment when I was, with the person that I love in South Italy on the beach. And she was going through a hard time. So my instinctive answer is say, but sometimes in order to feel better, you need to get used to start appreciating little things, right? And so I said, look, there is the sunshine, everyone, there is the sunshine. Isn't that enough to feel good at the moment, right? And I say, actually, that could be a song. Of course, I start, and so, sometimes it's just getting used to start appreciating little things, and that's the beginning of a healing journey, I guess.
Great. What's it called, mate?
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Let me tune a tiny bit. You wanna stay inside alone. But who told you suffering should happen on your own? Give me your hand, I hold you through the storm. If you ever need me, just pick up and call. Daylight, then sunrise. Isn't this enough to feel good? Friends smile, the good vibes. Isn't this enough to feel good? Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. There is no rush, baby, take your time. This road of healing has got some bends. Baby, you know that this ain't the end. I've been there too, so I understand. Life doesn't stop with those demands. Baby, you know you can take my hand. Daylight, then sunrise. Isn't this enough to feel good? Friends smile, the good vibes. Isn't this enough to feel good? Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs a good time, good vibes. Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. Let's try to sing along. Let's break the ice, guys. Oh yeah. Oh yo. Oh 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 oh. Oh. Lo 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 lo. Oh oh. Yaga yaga yo. Yaga yaga yo. Ooh yeah. Oh. Daylight, then sunrise. Daylight, then sunrise. Isn't this enough to feel good? Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside. Everybody needs the sunshine. Everybody needs to feel right inside.
Love it. You bring the sunshine.
Thank you so much.
You do bring the sunshine, Mr. Mediterranean. We love it. Thank you so much. Okay, we'd like to welcome to join James. This is Daniel Green. He's one of our teaching fellows here. And Dan's going to play with James. And James, you've been very busy working on some material recently on this project with Dan. Tell us all about it and what are you going to play?
Is this working, my mic? A 1 1 1 1. Yes, very busy over the past year, and I'm very thankful for the friendship of Dan Green over there, and the collaboration. So yeah, we've been recording an EP without the use of a computer. That was our main rule, wasn't it?
Shocking.
Yeah, no computers allowed.
We recorded it through wax cylinder.
Does that mean you had to sing in tune?
Yeah. Well, I tried, but we live with the imperfections. So, and we're going to play a couple of songs from that tonight. And this song is, well, I'm sure you'll kind of try lots of different ways of writing songs. This was a title first song. So I don't know if anyone remembers. A couple of years ago, there was a program on BBC called Normal People. And then I bought the book, and I never read the book because I'd already watched the TV series. But anyway, I was struck down with COVID in December. Was it last year? Must have been. And saw the title of this book on my coffee table, and decided to write a song. And I didn't get up until I finished writing it, which is a good way to do it. And that's what we're going to play today. Yeah, no, it's about 9 days. Can I get a little bit more volume on this? Okay. Maybe just in here. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Lovely, thank you. Ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Don't know if I am. 1 2 1 2 3 4. Struggle with meanings like I struggle with words. Do you struggle with anger when you're not getting hurt? If you're tired of wondering what to do with your life, and you're tired of people always telling you lies, trying to find your way of getting through the days. And ooh, we're just normal people trying to get along, trying to right our wrongs, keep paying your taxes, earning a wage, and think about saving for those rainy days, and take out insurance to keep yourself safe, so your name in your coat so no one takes it away. Trying to find your way of getting through the days. Try to remember the sound of your voice and never surrender unless you don't have a choice. 'Cause ooh, you're a perfect person trying to find your way of getting through the days. Perfect people trying to get along, trying to sing our songs. Ooh, you're a perfect person.
Love that.
Thank you, Dan.
Well done. Well done indeed. Beautiful. That's beautiful, James.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Dan. Thank you. Okay, so I'm delighted to introduce everyone to Hannah Rose Platt. Hannah teaches on our Masters and our BA, but I also had the pleasure of sitting on the MA with her as well. We both finished around a year or so ago.
What was it? How
Can't
many years
remember.
ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Was it 2 years ago?
Oh, I daren't to think. But anyway,
My goodness.
Hannah did the most incredible album as part of her Masters, and I'm really, really excited. So you should tell us about that and when it's coming out and what we can look forward to with that before you play us your song as well.
Okay. Thanks, Shane. I can't wait to hear your EP, by the way. That was stunning. I'm so excited. So, yeah, the album, I did an album of horror story songs because basically for those of you who are on the MA, choose something you're going to enjoy researching for your major repertoire project would be my advice to you. I just got to escape and geek out on Victorian Gothic horror for 3 months. And the album is called Deathbed Confessions, and it's coming out in May next year on Extra Mile Records. Not really a summer record, but that's what they want to release it, so we'll just see how that goes. But I'm not going to play a song off that just yet. I'm going to do an oldie first. So this is a song from my first record. It's called Portraits, and I recorded that out in Nashville back in 2015. Oh my God, long time ago. And this was a song that I've been sort of toying around with for a while before I went in to record it. When I was living back up north in my hometown of Liverpool, I was sharing a house with some lovely people, and one of my housemates worked in a nursing home at the time we lived together. And she came home and told me the story about a patient she was caring for. She was really moved by this experience. She had this lady with dementia who would get dressed up every night for a date with her husband, well, who wasn't then her husband, thinking, you know, she was still courting who would have been her husband, thinking she was 17 years old and yeah, waiting to be picked up. And I thought, oh, that's so beautifully sad. It needs to be a song. And I did struggle with it for a while. I kind of was trying to tell it from a third person point of view, narrate it. And it hit me all of a sudden, I've got to tell it from her point of view. So that's a good tip. If you're really struggling with a narrative song, switch the tense around and see if it works. So yeah, this is 1954.
I don't know where you could be. Maybe you're low on gasoline. You've never been this late before. 17 and in my heels, fancy dress, jewels in my ears. Patiently I'm waiting at the door. I look out of the window. Is this my father's house? I can't be sure. 'Cause the lady dressed in white who takes my temperature each night, she says this isn't 1954. I can't wait to see you when you pull up outside. You'll be in your best suit, I'll be glowing as you drive. I can't wait for rooftop dancing neath the blue starlight. Everything will be alright when you pick me up tonight. There's a man looks just like you, except his cheeks have lost their hue. And they say he comes to see me every night. He tells me age is an illusion, we grow younger if we choose to. And this is what is happening with my mind. Something is so familiar, we're singing songs I didn't know I knew. And I think that he might love me, 'cause I swear he sheds a tear when I tell him that my belongs to you. I can't wait to see you when you pull up outside. You'll be in your best suit, I'll be glowing as you drive. I can't wait for rooftop dancing neath the blue starlight. Everything will be alright when you pick me up tonight. And I can't wait to tell you all these crazy things I've dreamed. Weddings, babies, grandchildren, all playing around our feet. Memories like a journal I am struggling to read. The writing's on the page, but the ink begins to fade. I can't wait to see you when you pull up outside. You'll be in your best suit, I'll be glowing as you drive. I can't wait for rooftop dancing neath the blue starlight. Everything will be alright when you pick me up tonight. When you pick me up tonight. I don't know where you could be. Maybe you're low on gasoline. You've never been this late before.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful writing.
Give you this
Love it.
thing.
Okay, so we're going to zip round and do one more round from everyone, which is really, really great to get to do 2 songs for you. And I find myself at this time of year returning to this song again and again and thinking it's actually, yeah, it's a good one for us to all sing together this evening. So let me just detune and then set it up. Drop C, baby. Okay, so we're all well familiar with Christmas songs, and I'm not going there, don't worry. You can put the mic up a bit this time, mate, 'cause we'll be a bit louder. But I thought I'm going to write a New Year's song, because that can be sure to come round again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And maybe, you know, one day it might lead to some kind of royalty check. But aside from that, what I was trying to kind of bottle in this song is those... The older you get, actually, the shorter it feels, but those fleeting moments when, for some reason, the clock strikes 12 and you're like, Happy New Year! And you're like, this time, baby, this time, we've nailed it, we've got it. And, you know, when you're young and you think, you know, you might keep those New Year's resolutions and everything and that optimism going for maybe a few months, it turns into a few weeks. By my age. In fact, the best New Year's story I've got is when my wife was pregnant with the girl that I sang about in the first song before meeting her, Ada. She would have been 6 months pregnant, and she was just knackered all the time. And so she was asleep on New Year's Eve. We'd gone to my parents' house. My parents had lamed out as well, so they'd gone to bed. So I was just sat on my own watching Jules Holland, which I found out, by the way, is pre-recorded. But anyway... And so then, I'm like still, you know, Happy New Year, Shane. You know, what am I meant to do? I get into bed, right? You're gonna have to hold this. And Catriona, I'm not trying to be sexy or anything. I'm just trying to get into my bed. Catriona wakes up, freaks out, kicks me roundhouse in the face. First thing that happened to me that year. We had a good year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you. So,
Shane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know there's actually a Scottish tradition? It's called first footing.
Oh, well, there you go.
And it's supposed to be you go around to somebody's house with some coal and some shortbread, but this could be a whole new tradition.
There we go. Yeah, definitely had my first footing. I wish I could say it was my last footing, but anyway, that's another story. So I'm going to sing this song, but it definitely needs everyone to join in. When we get to the chorus, you need to just let it rip for a minute and sing, "We are ready." Okay, you do that a couple of times, and you'll start to feel those New Year vibes. And the more that I have got into working in education, I've realised that really our new year begins in September right now. So my hope is that we might muster some kind of optimism within the walls of 209 that might power us through at least to reading week. So I hope you enjoy it. And for those in my theory class, you'll enjoy knowing that this song is in 7 and it's 365 beats long, exactly. So see if you can count. Make my voice a bit louder in the mix, please. May this year be different from the last one. May a new heart grace us with its own song. May a fresh start be given everyone. May our leaders listen like the first time. And as people, may we all be open to a better way of being human. And the top that's trying to squeeze the bottom, may you wake up, realize you're broken. We're ready. Don't get me wrong, we're ready. Our time has come. May the violence not end in a funeral, and the finance not hold us to ransom. May your wedding lead to a lifetime. May we all sing like it was our first time. We're ready. Don't get me wrong, we're ready. Our time has come, and the best is yet to come. May the best be yet to come. We're ready. Don't get me wrong, we're ready. Our time has come. May the best be yet to come. We're ready. This is our song. May the dying be given a lifeline. May your wedding lead to a lifetime. May a family broken by a hate bond be a family many forgive and strong. All right, this is your time. If you haven't sung yet, this is time to shake off that and join in with us. It's really simple. We're just going to sing "Real Ready," and then I'm going to change the words, but you keep going. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. It's great. Come on. We are ready. Keep it going. May this year be different from the last one. May this year be better than the last one. May the planet be given a lifeline. May your wedding lead to a lifetime. May a family broken by a hate bomb be a family many forgive and strong. May this year be different from the last one. May this year be better than the last one. Love it, guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and we are going to have a fab year, I'm sure. So, on that note, let's hand over to Angela.
Yeah, because I bring the life into things.
You do.
So you got a choice. Do you want a nice sad song, or do you want a proper bunny boiler freak out?
Bunny
Freak out
boiler
every
freak
time.
out,
Freak out.
always.
Excellent, good choice. So the first song that I shared with you is quite hot off the press. It's intended for the next 4 EPs. I was going to write this big album about death. Yeah, cool. And I was saying to Hannah, it's just too much. I keep writing new material and I don't want like 2 albums. She's like, what about 4 EPs? I'm like, so sensible. But this one's a bit of an old favorite. This was from my first album in 2014. And Masters Songwriting students in the house, give me a whoop. Give me a whoop if you've been doing some morning pages. Yes, my people. Love it. So morning pages, hugely important creativity technique. I recommend it to everybody here, but I'm loving you for doing this. So normally it's just about boosting your creativity, getting a little bit, past the critic and so on. Maybe a bit of unconscious, conscious connection. But just sometimes, folks, sometimes genius leaps down the pen and just going, oh, I don't know what's happening here, but it's kind of interesting. We don't do it for that reason, but sometimes it happens. And it happened this day. I was like, what? I have no conscious idea what this is all about, but we'll go with it. And the second one was a creativity technique that we will do a little bit later on. It's called the dice game, and you roll dice to determine what the root of the chord is going to be. You roll dice again to see if it's major or minor, and you have to use them in that order. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, my last thing is all the people in the house who do not think that they are very good instrumentalists. Can I just hear a little woo from you? Woo, me too. So, do you know what? I wouldn't play Songwriters Showcase for ages because I thought, who am I with my poor instrumental skills to bring a song here? And then I thought, oh, fuck it. So you can cope, yes? Yeah. All right, thank you. I'll do the song now. I'll do the song now. Scissors are snapping and cutting your photograph, carving your silhouette, showing the holes that you made in my life when you left me. Don't want to remember your face, my rage uncontained. If you can't be with me, I insist that you cease to exist, 'cause you left me. This will be the last kiss we ever share, and all the doves will cry for me in the shivering air, in the shivering air. How can you walk the same earth and breathe the same air and smile in the sun and live in this life and not love me and not miss me? I will gather the snippets of you and make savage confetti to throw at your wedding to blind her eyes and land in your mouth so you have to kiss me. This will be the last kiss we ever share, and all the doves will cry for me in the shivering air, in the shivering air. One kiss to remind you what you've lost. A kiss of salt water to increase your thirst. this will be the last kiss we ever share. And all the doves will cry for me in the shivering air, in the shivering air, in the shivering air, in the shivering air.
Roll the dice, Mauro.
Please cheer us up. If you can't be with me, I insist that you cease to exist. Quite reasonable, I think.
All right. So, I mean, I think I was suggested by Lasse, actually, our guy here that's helping us with all the tech stuff, and he suggested me to play this song. Apparently, it became a good song for the Songwriting Circle, I guess, and I like it. I never performed it anywhere else, but it's a song that I wrote from the perspective of one of actually your tutors as well, Yannis Iliopoulos, which is the music business tutor, and I was imagining him talking to me and say, you're going through a lot of hard times, but promise me that every time you get up, you never lose the hope, because that's what you have. That's the only thing that's left for you, like at the moment. So start from there, basically. And so I wrote it, imagining him talking to me, basically. Yeah. So, and this one potentially is a good sing-along, so please join straight away. I will help you with that, I guess. Oh, my guitar. You go. You go. Well, I know it's hard to smile only one, yeah, but you never get it if you stop trying. One step closer, but be ready to follow it. Get up again, don't give up the fight. Cause you got the hope that makes you strong. You got the hope, you can't be wrong. You got the hope, just hold it tight. You got the hope, don't never stop the fight. Let's go. Oh, 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 oh. Cause you got the oh, oh. Cause you got the oh, oh, oh. Don't never stop the fight. Well, I know it's hard to smile from the bottom, but you've been there before too many times. Take some time to heal the pain and your problems. Get up again, be ready to shine. Cause you got the hope, that makes you strong. You got the hope, you can't be wrong. You got the hope, just hold it tight. You got the hope, don't never stop the fight. Never had a time, but I always had a dream. Never had a time, but I always had a vision. Way too many walls, but I broke them all. Way too many faults, but I faced them all. Never really like all the many lies. Never really like all the fake lies. Sometimes I get tired, but I won't stop trying. I reach for the sky, I reach for the light. Stay up on the rise, you'll see the light. You'll see the light, you'll see the light. Stay up on the rise, stay up on the rise, stay up on the rise. Cause you got the hope. Sorry? Cause you got the hope that makes you strong. You got the hope, and you're still young. You got the hope, just hold on tight. You got the hope, don't never stop the fight. Let's go. Oh, oh, oh.
got the, oh, oh, oh. Well, you got the, oh, oh. You got the, oh, don't never stop the fight. One more. Well, you got the, oh, oh, oh. You got the up, don't never stop the fight.
Yes, Mauro!
Thank you.
Love it. Well played, mate. I love that little bridge breakdown as well. Anyway, let's welcome back James and Dan! I'm excited about this one.
Oh yeah, I've got to talk.
Yes, come on, mate.
So this is another one that's going to be on the EP that we're going to release soon. There's no plan. Well, it was. Does anyone follow Francis Bourgeois on Instagram?
No.
Yeah, the train spotter. Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, he has the GoPro on his head.
Yeah,
and
the
he gets
GoPro on the
really
head.
excited
Yeah.
about trains.
Well, this is kind of inspired by him watching a video. He obviously gets loads of free train trips on really great trains, and I thought a train would be a really good place to. Well, I want to go on a sleeper train, basically. Really badly want to go on a sleeper train from London to Inverness. Anyway, so I wrote this song, did a demo, took it to Dan. Dan changed it completely, and
For better or worse?
Oh no, definitely the better.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's what would you say? Jaunty? Is that the word?
Well, I'd call it baroque pop inspired jauntiness. There we go. That's even more specific,
the
isn't
famous
it?
BPIJ genre.
But the fun thing, we had a really good time recording it, and the fun thing was we kind of did like an old 60s Beatles trick. So we were recording all on cassette, and we decided that things sound better slowed down. So we recorded it really quick, like as quick as almost humanly possible. I'm just going to play a small clip of the speed we recorded it at. Get some volume on this mic. 1, 2, 3. And then slowed it right down, which is what we're going to do in a sec. But I might as well play them there.
No, let's have a tiny snippet
Basically,
of the record.
when you slow something down by about 25 BPM, it kind of goes down like a minor third or something.
Yeah.
And you sound really drunk as well.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Well, no, we recorded the vocals. Anyway, so that's the tempo and key we're going to play it in. Yeah, it's called Sleeper Train, but Dan likes to call it Sleepy Train.
Sleepy Train.
I misheard it.
Whoa. Can I get slightly more on this? Thank you. All right, cool. You're going to start us off, Dan.
Yeah, I am. Because this is jaunty, feel free to clap or rattle your jewellery.
Yeah.
All aboard, everyone!
Chaka-cha-cha-cha. I'm gonna book a trip on a sleeper train and fit my worries in a bag. I'm gonna book a ride and sleep through the night until we've left them behind. Riding on a sleeper train with you, riding on a sleeper train. I'm gonna book twin beds so we can rest our heads and talk and really open up about you, I and us, and all the other stuff we've been locking away, riding on a sleeper train. Today, riding on a sleeper train. Everyone! Sleeper train. We're riding on a sleeper train. Or we'll get woken up, delivered tea in cups with toast as we open our eyes. And when it's time to alight, we'll step into the light and greet Sunny Inverness. Oh, we love you, Inverness. We really like it, Inverness. Riding on a sleeper train with you, riding on a sleeper train. You can sing along to this bit. Riding on a sleeper train with you, riding on a sleeper train with you, riding on a sleeper train with you, riding on a sleeper train with you. Thank you, Dan.
Love it, fellas.
I'm available for jaunty piano gigs.
Great.
That was amazing.
Fabulous. And to close out the round, I'm delighted to welcome back Hannah Rose Platt. And we loved your last song. Can't wait to hear what's next. Tell us about it.
I kind of think we should have switched. But this is a train song.
Oh, hey.
It's a very different kind of train journey.
This is on the way back, isn't it, Hannah? Yeah.
So this song is the opening track from the upcoming record. And I first got the idea for this song when I was in New York just before lockdown. Really lucky to get to New York just before everything shut down. And I was out for dinner with a friend, and she was from Brooklyn, and we'd been to Brooklyn that day, and she was complaining about how long it takes. I'm not going to do the accent. I was about to go do the accent. I'm not going to do it. You got to get on the G train. Who even knows where that goes? It's like, I think there was a dead man on the G train once, and I was like, oh, you know when you get that little songwriter brain, you're like, yoink, I'm going to put that in my phone for later. Dead man on the G train, what a title. And then literally, like, this whole sort of narrative just shot into my head about this hit that takes place on a train in 1930s New York. Don't ask me why. And then I had the challenge of getting this much detail and this much story into a 4-minute song.
How many pages?
Oh, so many. There was no one to high five when I was done. I spent so long. It was like a big giant puzzle. But yeah, I got there in the end. Tip for you. Don't use a repeating chorus if you've got loads of story to cram in, which is good because, you know, you get free up that prime real estate for the storyline. But then it's hard to remember the words because there's no chorus, so there's that too. So yeah, here we go. Thanks everyone for listening. Glistening hair, black licorice, chocolate but nice. Peer over the headlines of his newspaper disguise. Carriage gently rocking as the station waves goodbye, mirroring the toing and the froing of his mind.
fizzed up with adrenaline beneath the cool steel gaze, riding on the blood that pumps through New York City's veins. A pistol in his pocket, a kick drum in his chest. There's a dead man on the G-chain, he just doesn't know it yet. Remembering last Sunday after church, still in his best, her honey tones over the phone would place this dark request. He struggled with the small-time stuff, this would earn a place, and 30,000 crisp green notes in a leather suitcase. A gallery of faces, he scans them as they sway, with the steely focus of a hunter sniffing out his prey. He checks his pocket watch once, twice, forehead filled with sweat. There's a dead man on the G-chain, and there's no time for regret. He remembers talking with a damsel in distress, who said she'd mention Roosevelt and wear a bright green dress. Said she'd pay him handsomely to rid her of this brute, then pull a compact from her purse, his signal to shoot. Pulling to Church Avenue, the train regurgitates, a belly full of outcasts, just 3 of us remain. He shoots that deadbeat man of mine clean between the eyes. Doesn't see me pull a pistol out from under my left thigh. Slumps beside my husband like a sick, wounded racehorse, a bloody swift alternative to a messy divorce. I'd never prove adultery within a court of law, so I feign fear and self-defense, and I feel no glistening hair, black licorice, chocolate button eyes stare up at me lifeless as I force myself to cry. I'll leap onto the platform, run to the guard and scream. There's a dead man on the G-train, and I'll walk away.
I love it. You absolutely killed that.
I remembered all the words.
Well done. So we've reached the end of our first round. Can we have another round of applause? We have Angela, Mauro, James, Dan somewhere, Hannah, and we're going to have a little 10-minute break, and we're going to kick off again at 8:37. So quick time to nip to the bathroom or grab a drink from the machine. Some of my favourite, honestly, my favourite songwriters and musicians are about to perform, so you're not going to want to miss it. See you soon.
A little bit more piano, please. Oh no, this pedal isn't working. Thank you all for coming back. As Shane said, you are in for a treat. I mean, I don't want to get... Well, no, yeah, we're halfway through. We're just going to go all out loving now, aren't we? All out loving. But no, this is a fabulous round with some beautiful, beautiful singer-songwriters. I think Nadine's going to sing her song tonight. Yeah, which is in my top 20 favourite songs ever written in the universe.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's by... Yeah. And you know that's a crowded top 20. I know, but it's an incredibly beautiful song, and I'm a big fan of. Well, I think I should introduce you, shouldn't I? Yes. To my left, I have the wonderful Mr. Ben Myers, who is a songwriting graduate and runs the non-accredited programs here, songwriting summer schools, and so on. And next to Ben, we have Jamie Doe, who is also known as the Magic Lantern, who is the most beautiful singer-songwriter, and you're going to hear from him shortly. And over here we have Nadine Yomi, who is your BA first-year lead and one of my favourite singer-songwriters ever. And here we have the incredible Satch, MA songwriting graduate, and just recently joined the teaching team on the MA and the BA, but we can't believe he wasn't on it before, really, because he's always with us.
Oh.
And he's got his mate with him, Hall, playing guitar. And top of the bill, we have your Deputy Dean, Mr. Jonathan Wiskard, who is also one of my favourite singer-songwriters. So, yeah, you're in for a treat. I am going to start. We're going to go this way. We're going to play 2 songs each. I'm going to play 2 songs from the EP that I released in 2019 under the artist name Liberty's Mother. The first song, well, all the songs on that EP were for the closest people to me in the world, really. My best friend, my children. And this song was written for my husband. It is the song, if you're on the MA, that I referred to, that I took over 13 years to write. Because when I started it, I started to write a song about love and commitment and marriage. I didn't actually know anything about it. It's very hard to write a song when you don't actually know what you're talking about. And so I finished it much more recently. We actually have our 15th wedding anniversary on Thursday. But yeah, it was a song that was written and rewritten lots of times. It's more of a monologue than a song, really. It only has one little repeating thing. And yeah, it's about how incredibly challenging and rewarding and fascinating it can be to be in love with one person and try and make that last. And the song is called Rocket Science. Life can be so easy, but we make it hard these days. Things that could be simple, done in complicated ways. I never found it difficult till you and I begun. Loving you's the smartest thing I've done. The first time that I met you, I looked into your eyes, and I knew that I could study you for the rest of our lives. But it seems the more I learn of things, the harder they become. Loving you's the smartest thing I've done. It's rocket science. Rocket science. You always speak the truth to me when I don't want to hear, exploding all the lies that I hold dear. You push me to the limit of what I can and cannot be, when all you seem to really want is me. Now I never understood how love could make it through the years. I didn't know I'd have to. I didn't know I'd have to try and conquer all these fears. Sometimes every day feels like a marathon we've run. Loving you's the smartest thing I've done. It's rocket science. Rocket science. And it can seem impossible to work life out at all. Sometimes it's easy to feel small, but when I've messed up and I'm not sure what to do, I know that I can always come to you. I know I'm not so clever that I know how or why. I just know that together we can make things fly. Now all I do is thank the moon and the stars you came along. Loving you's the smartest thing I've done. It's rocket science. Rocket science. Rocket science.
Does that B section have the word extolling?
Exploding.
Oh, okay.
Exploding all the lies that I hold dear.
Extolling. That's a really posh word.
So good. Wow. Thank you. Right. Mr. Myers.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Ben. Hey, what's up, Shane? I just want to say it's an absolute honor to be here. I got off a flight this morning, and I was like, I don't know if I'll last and make it to the evening, but I knew I had to, because to be up here, oh, thanks, dude. To be up here with you guys is really an honor. I studied here. I studied the BA in songwriting. It's a fantastic degree. I learned a lot, changed my life. And it was really rewarding. I met a lot of people and wrote a lot of great songs. And a couple years later, I have the privilege to come back here and work at this lovely place and get to know my teachers in a different light. And the song I'm going to play for you guys first is a song I got to write with the one and only Jonathan Wiskard when we became colleagues. And I learned so much in that writing session. You taught me a lot, even more than in our lessons sometimes, and that's just how it goes. It was it was really lovely. I had this song idea and this riff, and I had this idea, and I wrote a song that I was happy enough with. And Jonathan really worked with me on the meaning behind the song and unlocking what it was really about in a way that I'd never experienced as a songwriter before. And so we wrote a lot more to it, and we rearranged some sections, and after a couple months of a break from the song, kind of came back to it, and it fit like a puzzle piece, like puzzle pieces that I'd never experienced before as a writer. It was really eye-opening, so I take that experience with me in all the future songs that I write. And yeah, we honed in on the idea of the song, which is used by you. So this is Used by You. I don't want to be rich unless I earned it all for you. Don't want to be a poor man either. I don't want to die a fool. I don't want to be new. I want to be used by you. And I want to be broken in like your favorite pair of shoes. I wanna be the kind of song you'd sing, and I wanna be your blues. I don't wanna be new. I wanna be used by you. Just come talk to me. Come let me through. And if you need dead relief, I could be there to lead me to. If it's the only thing I do, if it's the only thing I do, I wanna be whatever you need. I wanna be used by you. And I wanna be a better lover than you've ever had before. I wanna be just like the weather, and whenever you're sad, I'll pour. I just want you to want me, and I want you to tell me so. And when I hold you in my arms, darling, I don't ever want to let you go. One day when I'm wiser, I'll know I'm already enough. It's just hard to acknowledge that this will take more than love. And even when I'm around you, you can still feel lonesome and gray. And sometimes there's just nothing I can do or change to ever take that pain away. Just come talk to me.
do. If it's the only thing I do, I wanna be whatever you need. I wanna be used by you.
I have to say, I do love writing with Americans because you have just that rhotic R, like just such a nice sound. You can do it properly. Nice.
Happy to, anytime. Or should I say, early time.
All right. Whoa. Really nice to be here. Yeah. This song is called Learning to Swim, and I wrote it for a friend's little baby. And it was a really easy song to write because I wrote the song that I wanted to hear. And my wife and I had been trying to have a baby for years and years and years. And I kind of got a brief to write a song. And I wrote this song for him, and it was easy, and it poured out of me. And very happily, yeah, some years later, we have a little 10-week-old girl. This song's called Learning to Swim. Thanks. When you came out crying, we're breathing fresh, well, life instead of water, we drank you in, hearts full to the brim, just learning to swim. And though we floundered at first and it wasn't easy, the world made sense, a reason screaming, wake up. Well, I need you like the rain, fill me up again, love comes soaked in pain. Never knows. Well, it's worth till it's breaking. Never knows it till it's breaking. Lord knows it's breaking now. Promise of each day dawning, sold neon pink, will fragile light onto small hands, well, and fresh eyes yet to see the sea, but said to follow me as the seed to the tree. Never knows. Well, it's worth till it's breaking. Well, never knows it till it's breaking. Lord knows it's breaking now.
You lucky lot on the BA being taught by this little dream team. Jamie and Nadine.
Yes.
And Satch, you've joined that first year dream team. Yeah. Okay, we've lit Nadine.
Oh my goodness, it is the weirdest thing when you're starstruck by your co-workers because you're like kind of like, wow, I love you so much. And then can you please hand in those files as well? You know, it's a bit weird. But thank you so much, Jamie. Absolutely love that. Oh gosh, that's loud, isn't it? Okay. So yeah, I'm Nadine. Hi guys. Sorry that I'm literally turning my back to almost everyone. No, kind of side, so that's good. So this song, I wrote it. I don't know. Was it in the second year? I think I was your student,
I heard it
Sophie.
for the first time when I was quite heavily pregnant with Rocco. So that was 2014.
I think I did.
It's
Did I
now one of
know?
his favourite songs.
Really? Oh my god.
So mature.
Sing for them while they're still in bed.
2014, yeah. So late 2014, I think, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so actually this song came to be, like, I was quite, it's always a bit embarrassing, but I think I always liked the wrong people. Can anyone relate? Like, like people who didn't like me back very much. And there was this one person that I was really sure about, like, this should work out. Like, everything was calculated in my mind. Like, I was like, this makes so much sense. It made so much sense that I would stick around for way too long, you know? I didn't even stick around because probably didn't know about anything. But anyway, but there was this moment where I felt really, like, let's be blunt, just really rejected. And I was just like, man, like, I just felt really hopeless. And I just felt like, this is never going to work out. And you know when you're just like slowly sliding down and into hopelessness and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to cry for the rest of the day while I should be writing a song for ICMP. Great. So I thought, okay, so I started writing and obviously it was just very like, moany. And there's nothing wrong with a moany song. Love them. But for me, you know, when it just like, I just didn't even have fun writing it because it was just, yeah. Not great. And then I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think I was researching something. I came across this article that just, I don't know what it did, but it just like turned a switch in my mind. And I suddenly realized that I had to speak to myself. And so this is the song that came from there. And by the way, it all came true in the end. Yes. Okay. It's called Spring Will Come.
Stand up, my soul. Long enough you've lain cold. Long enough you've been told that this is all you wanted. Get up, my child. You may want to hide. Don't you close your eyes. There'll be someone else you'll find. And now your cheeks turn back to color as you're blinking in the sun. In time you will recover. I can see new life's begun. Spring will come. You've wasted hours knocking on iron doors. Maintained your hurting heart. You know he can't be yours now. Now run, my soul, from regrets too old. Be strong, be bold. Let new ways unfold. And now your cheeks turn back to color as you're blinking in spring will come. You've buried hope deep down below. Never thought you'd see it grow. Through the winter wind and the pouring rain, you will reap joy from pain. Now your cheeks are back to color as you're blinking in the sun, and in time you will recover. I can see in your life's begun, and now your cheeks are back to color as you're blinking in the sun, and in time you will recover. I can see in your life's begun, spring will come. Thank you. Oh, yes.
This is your first ICMP Tutor Special Songwriting Circle, right, Satch? Yay, welcome.
Thanks, Shane. That is, yeah. This is a tough gig because they play these, like, I'm like a wreck over here. I have to get my shit together now and sing a song after that. I'll try my best, yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Satch. Thanks for having me. I did the masters here with Shane and Hannah and Tiago and everyone, James at one point as well. Woo, for James at the back. That's James whooping for himself. I did a research project in does sharing our stories vulnerably and authentically break down barriers of prejudice, which of course it does. And I wrote this album. For me, I was running around playing a lot of love songs, kind of pretending I was being vulnerable. But actually, I needed to write my story, which is about my transition. So we're going to play a couple of songs from the new album from that today. This first one's called Body Language. Co-wrote it with Leo, my friend here. And it's about meeting that person that it all clicks with. Initially, we were just trying to write a song about dating. And then I kind of realised that this is about my now wife, who I married a month ago, who also works for ICMP. Yeah, and we had a little baby too, which is why you've got me an emotional wreck over here. Thank you very much, cheers. And this is my buddy Halls, my bandmate, who's come up to play, so please give a round of applause for Halls. Thanks, round of applause. Okay, let's do it. Body language, I'm never managed to get it deciphered. When you touch me, you become the interpreter. I apologize to the waiter. It's the third time he's approaching the table. Food's not crossed my mind ever since we were seated. I don't think I've stopped for breath, consumed by what comes next. I'll have what you're having, you already know. Your eyes say it's happening, after this we're going home. Body language, I'll never manage to get get it deciphered. When you touch me, you become the interpreter. I apologize to the driver. It's the third time I let him go and fly right by the stop. Looking at your thighs, hope you don't hear my heart beating. How can something be on a knife's edge and the dead set to come next? I'll go where you're going. We can take back roads, throw out all of the maps, and we'll find a way all our own. Body language, I'm never managed to get it deciphered. When you touch me, you become the interpreter. I've been tongue-tied in a conversation of this kind. Now you understand everything I'm saying. Tongue-tied in a conversation of this kind. Body language, I'm never managed to get it deciphered. Thank you. I should say that came out on the day the Queen died, so please go and stream it. We need all the help we can get. Thanks.
Cool. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jonathan, and I'm a songwriter, singer-songwriter, and my specialism is lyric. So that's kind of what I'm really super geeky about. Love, you know, getting inside lyrics, writing lyrics, all the technical stuff. And that's usually what I teach on the masters. And, you know, for the last 5 or 6 years, most of the writing I've done has been co-writing. So writing with artists like Ben, many other artists, and kind of being the, you know, the writer, technician guy, like the nerdy guy who just, really kind of sorts out the song, and, you know, like the song architect type thing. This semester, however, I'm teaching a module that I've not taught on before, run by Angela Blacklaw here, on the program for which Sophie is the program leader. And this module is called Creative Purpose and Process in Songwriting. Is that correct? Yeah. So I'm like, wow, okay. So this is shifting mindsets now, because it's like I'm working with this group of students for 12 weeks. So rather than getting into all the kind of technical stuff and looking at craft all the time, it's like we're gonna put that to one side. Let's just look at why you write songs, you know, your relationship to your creativity, and if you start staging interventions into that, how might your creative practice change? So there's all sorts of things we ask the students to do. Morning pages that Angela mentioned earlier. I was like, right, okay, I better do that. I'll do that as well. So I'm doing my morning pages. Reflective journaling. Yep, okay, I better do that, yeah. I even, you know, last week shared a song that I was in the middle of writing, and, you know, we talked about my relationship to it, and the fact I'm writing it for a friend's wedding is making me feel lots of pressure, and so I'm, you know, getting stuck, etc. And then I saw the brief for the week, which was it write the song that you thought you weren't allowed to write? Yes. Right, I was like, oh, okay. Oh dear. And I just knew straight away that I was going to have to do that, and then I was like, I'm just going to have to play it here. So this is a song I actually started with Hannah over a year ago, and it's about my parents splitting up, but I've never written from this perspective before, which is sort of me as an 8-year-old boy. So so this is it. So I actually finished it today, so it was the usual thing of, I hated the first verse, and so I've been going over and over it. So anyway, here we go. So.
You sit me on my bed. I cannot take in what she said. I must be in a movie. You hit me like a storm. He can't live with this anymore, but you tell me not to worry. You'll see him at the weekends. Every second Saturday, we stand outside and wait. And when you ask if I'm okay, I can never say how much I hide and hurt inside. On all the other days, I'm just trying to be brave. Every second Saturday, leaving you behind, wondering if you'll be alright. Watch you waving in the rear view. Tom Petty playing around. So many things I don't understand. I'm free. Outside and wait. And when you ask if I'm okay, I can never say how much I hide and hurt inside. On all the other days, I'm just trying to be brave. Every second Saturday. The cracks when it's all falling down. I couldn't work it out. No, no. Back on a picture I can't get out of my mind. A picture I couldn't get out of my mind. Of seeing my mom and my sister both crying. I never let every second Saturday, we stand outside and wait. And when you ask if I'm okay, I can never say how much I hide and hurt inside. On all the other days, I'm just trying to be brave. Every second Saturday, oh, every second Saturday. Thank you.
Wow, what an incredibly beautiful song. That's, yeah, one of your best songs ever. I mean, that is why you should always write to the brief that Angela Blacklaw and myself set, because this is the kind of results you get.
Maybe I should do it every week. Are any of my students here? No. Okay, well,
what?
I'll tell them about it tomorrow.
It's a really, really beautiful song.
I meant to say beforehand, actually, that when I wrote it, I was like, oh, this is just songwriter indulgence. Quite clever, but is it ridiculous? Was that ridiculous?
Well,
I enjoyed myself.
Isn't
anyway.
that what we want singer-songwriters to do? That's what I want singer-songwriters to do. Tell me their stories, their personal stories.
Yeah, well, that's what we used to listen to.
It's a beautiful song. I'm just testing my pedal, but I think it's, yes, lovely. Okay. So just a reminder that this is the only time it's all tutors. We're going to do this every month, and most of the seats will be taken by songwriting students. The next one is on the 17th of October. So you can apply to play for that. You can put your name down to play on these. We have usually an amazing guest. We've had people like Frank Turner and Eleanor Tonra, who's known as X-Ray or Daughter. We've had Beth Nielsen Chapman. We've had Bruno Major. We've had Ed Harcourt. We've had, we've had, not Bruno Mars yet, but I'm calling him next week. No, we don't. So we have an amazing guest. There are some tutor hosts that you've yet to see, like you're going to see Mr. Tim Elsenberg, Sweet Billy Pilgrim play up here. You're going to see Ollie Rockberger play up here, and the amazing jazz singer-songwriter Anjali Perrin-Paraja, known as Pokersham. You're going to see some really... So come every month and put your name down to play. That's basically the message. You have to apply through the process. Okay, we'll be here, I'll be here every single month. This is a great networking opportunity as well for all of us. So put them all in your diary. Okay, so this is the reason that I did the Liberty's Mother project, probably the most important song I've ever written in my life. This is a song that I wrote for my daughter Liberty, and she died in 2011. She died the day before she was born, when I was 9 months pregnant, so she was stillborn. She was my first child. And I wrote this song about 11 weeks after she died, just to try and make sense of what I was feeling. And I wrote it just for me. And then a few years later, I started to play it here at Songwriters Circle, and I got really surprising and confusing responses, like young men coming up to me, cuddling me with tears in their eyes, saying they were so moved by my song. And I thought, really? Oh, yeah, because it's just about connection. And this song is about grief. It's essentially about love. It's about love being bigger than grief. And then fast forward to 2018, and my husband, who is on the all-party parliamentary group for baby loss, as a parent, was asked to give a speech at the Houses of Parliament for a ceremony there, and he said, can I read the lyrics to the song that you wrote for Liberty? And I said, no, I'm sorry, but a lyric for a song is not meant to be read. It has to be sung. So, live it, right? So they said, will you come and sing it? So I sang it in the crypt underneath the Houses of Parliament in a room about this big, filled with MPs who'd lost their children. And these front two rows were like the cabinet. It was a crazy experience. And then there was lots of charities there, and I was asked to record it, and we made an EP of songs, and I had the most incredible experience of my life. We raised a lot of money for charity, and I then played at lots of different opportunities for services for bereaved parents. So I played at about 30 gigs for rooms full of parents that lost children, and got this amazing kind of dialogue with parents through social media, and just learned a massive amount about the power of song and what song can do that nothing else can do. You know, when I sat there and saw probably the most powerful person I've ever met in my life in floods of tears from the chorus, when, you know, they could give a speech about their child in front of a room full of people and not cry, I thought, this is song. That's song doing that thing. So that's what this song is, and it's called I Can Love You From Here. I don't think we have. I don't think there is a door there. I think I've stopped the pedal from moving. I know that love will come and go, that there's much less sun than rain. But for me, there's little left to learn if I can't hold you again. I try to look ahead,
where there's nothing left to see. But it doesn't matter anymore if you're next to me. 'Cause I can love you from here, hold that love in my heart. I can find a way to give that love a life. Now we're apart. I don't know why you're gone, but the rest is so clear. All I need is to love you, and I can love you from here. I know it's better to love and lose it all than to never even try. Still, it seems so hard to come and break my heart and then leave me with no reason why. And why we're not together, I'll never understand. I don't need to be with you to love you like I planned. 'Cause I can love you from here, hold that love in my heart. I can find a way to give that love a life. Now we're apart. I don't know why you're gone, but the rest is so clear. All I need is to love you, and I can love you from here. 'Cause no matter how I ask, you're never coming back. But this love is never going to die away. 'Cause I can love you from here, hold that love in my heart. I can find a way to give that love a life. Now we're apart. I don't know why you're gone, but the rest is so clear. All I need is to love you. All I need is to love you, and I can love you from here.
Thank you.
Deep breath, Ben.
Ben, did you?
He's up to it, he's young.
Your guitar by chance, please? I just put it in dad guard. Is that okay? Because otherwise,
Just so this is a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might be a little
Yeah,
rocky.
because the frets are like a different rocky with it.
They are a different width and neck. It's beautiful.
No worries. Do you want to plug in?
Sorry.
Don't stand there.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We kind of needed that to just
Yeah, a little decompress.
beautiful song. So.
Yeah, it should be all right. Might need to turn down a little bit because I play loud with this thing. Cool. Yeah. So the next song I'm gonna play for you guys is a song I wrote. I'm from New Jersey, and my father plays acoustic guitar and sings, and he taught me how to play guitar when I was young, and so he raised me on the great Americana folk rock music of his generation in the 70s and 80s. And obviously, hailing from New Jersey, one of the biggest artists that we'd listen to and play is Bruce Springsteen. And Springsteen's an absolute magician and legend, and he's made an incredible career of telling these amazing stories of the people from his communities and these lives and these grand adventures. And he never really did any of them. There were all these fictional stories that he created these characters, and he took them on such compelling journeys, and that always inspired me a lot. So when I got myself a Fender Telecaster, and I pretended to be Bruce Springsteen for an evening, and I didn't know where to start, so I decided I'd start with a girl, and her name would be Mary, because Thunder Road, Mary's Dress Waves. And I've known a lot of very strong, very independent and courageous women in my life who have left relationships that are not good for them, to go out there on their own, for better or for worse. And I thought there's so much courage in that story and in that journey for them that I wanted to take one of my favorite song characters, Mary, on that journey and see what happens. So I pretended Bruce Springsteen was in the room with me, just being like, "Oh yeah, that sounds good." It was a nice ego boost. Unfortunately, he wasn't, but I like to think that his Mary is maybe the twin sister of this Mary, which would be very confusing for the parents.
See, that session sounds a lot more fun than me being there going like, "Have you checked your rhymes, King?"
Yeah, but the song that we wrote was.
The ghost of Bruce Springsteen. I'll try and
That's
channel
true.
that next time.
Well, next time we write together, we can invite him.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, this is called Mary.
Mary's got him going, but she'll only take what she's needing. She spent her whole life chained to this man, but it's time to forget him. So in the heat of the night, she leaves on the edge of a feeling, and in her hand are the keys to this brand new life, and she gon' keep on driving until she feels the sun on her skin. And suddenly she is young again, dashing through new doors. Run, Mary, keep on healing. It's not an easy world out there, girl, but it does come with freedom. And you don't have to hide or put your dreams on the sidelines and feel like a burden. Come on and meet me on the wild side, and together we could pull back the curtain. 'Cause when we fall apart, while we pick up the pieces of our broken hearts, we will laugh and cry until they're one again. And we let part of someone down. Deep down she knows before the end there will be love again. But for now she runs. While her headlights shine like diamonds down the avenue, she says, I can't recall a time feeling so alive. It's true. No, she won't know where she's heading to. Every passing mile reminds her that this time it's hers to choose. Mary's gotta go, but she'll only take what she's needing. She spent her whole life chained to this man, but it's time to forget him. So in the heat of the night, she leaves on the edge of a feeling, and in her hand is the wheel, and her heart is on fire, but she's gonna keep on driving. She's gonna keep on driving. She's gonna keep on driving. Mary, keep on driving. Come on and keep on driving. Keep on driving. Thank you.
Awesome. Did you know he can rap as well? Have you heard him rap, Shane? He's also an incredible rapper.
Next time.
Who's in the room when you're rapping? The ghost of who?
Ooh, that's good. It's usually Eminem. Jonathan Whisker. Always.
One day, Shane and I are going to have a rap battle. We are. We are. I've got a half a notebook page of notes for that rap battle.
You ginger, you think we're a ninja?
It gets worse than that. No, it's about him. A rap battle is where you diss the other program leader.
Ooh, we should do one of those. That sounds like a fun event.
I've challenged Shane to a rap battle.
Oh my goodness.
Right, enough of that silliness. Jamie's at the piano.
Right. The microphone on? Yeah, great. Such vibes. Big vibes. Big vibes. So I'm going to play a new song. I finished this a couple of days ago. And because it's good to play new work. It doesn't happen if you don't play it. And like Shane alluded to, I've had a little daughter. She's great. She's called Cora. And also my dad died a few weeks ago. And so the circle of life is extremely present. We're both ends of it pulling at the same time. If anyone who knows my work already as the Magic Lantern, my whole last record, which is called A Reckoning Bell, is all about my dad, who had Alzheimer's disease, and kind of our journey as a family and grief. And when people ask me what that record was about, I said it's about what loss can teach us about love and how love's small acts can give a life meaning. And Angela and I were talking about, how's your summer been, just before we started. And because Angela said she's writing all these EPs about death, and also fun death, as well as death. And she asked, were you there when he died? And I said yes, but I lied because I was embarrassed because I was 2 hours late. Yeah, but when my wife got pregnant, I saw this loop looming. So I only met my granddad, my dad's dad, when he was in a nursing home with Alzheimer's disease when I was 3 weeks old. And so my dad was quite sick and she was pregnant, and I thought maybe this loop isn't going to get closed. But it did. We were able to bring Cora to meet my dad, and it was really amazing. This sense of a loop, and the sense that maybe a new loop has begun. So this is that song. It's called Loops. I think it's called Loops. Who knows?
nursing home, 3 weeks young, and didn't know who he was looking at. But something of him was screaming back with 2 bright lungs and the threads of a helix in a genome. Can you see the blue blooming? Can you see it? The blue. Our father's sons, we stagger on, our faith in nurture. We'll chase the dream, make the desert green. God loves a searcher. That won't be me, no, that won't be me, you said over and over. But nature waits like a sullen wave with great composure. Well, can you see it? See it looming? Can you see it? See it looming? Well, times are damn, now I'm holding your hand and I have a daughter. It was gonna burst, oh how love's a thirst, my shoes are full of water. Well, please not you, Cora needs you too, I said over and over. But the code is clear, so press enter here for full disclosure. Well, can you see it? See it looming? Can you see it? See it looming? She met Granddad in a nursing home at 3 weeks young, and didn't know who he was looking at. But something of him was left to grieve with 2 bright lungs and the threads of a helix in a genome. When he died, he was all alone. I had one day run, didn't remember how to breathe, but something of him was left to grieve, and 5-throat songs like a blanket so tightly woven.
Thanks, Jamie. That was so beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. Well done, so brave.
This happens to me every single time. I start to cry when the person before me plays, and then my mascara goes in my eye, and now I'm in so much pain because it burns my eye. Does anyone have a tissue? Can Sach go next?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, mate.
I think I cried before you started playing. I was
Mate. He'll be back soon.
That was amazing. That was deep breath. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This next song, I can't believe this. Me and Hall just looked at each other and laughed when you were telling your bit. This next song's called Springsteen. Had I known we were going to be playing in front of like Mini Bruce from New Jersey, we might have picked a different song. But yeah, I actually co-wrote this with Hannah Platt that played earlier. Someone else called Catherine Moynihan. And it started off as a completely different song called Days Like This. And we started it in one of your master's classes, I think. I just wanted to write a song about those days where pre-transition, where it was really a struggle. And I would just look at kind of other people, and we had this metaphor from Bruce Springsteen of Born to Run, but we were saying I kind of feel like I'm born to walk because I'm in the wrong body. We kind of rolled off that metaphor. I hope Tom Petty Free Falling isn't contrived because you're gonna hate this otherwise. We're about to have a lot of songwriting metaphors here. Kind of went off the deep end with this one, but this is Springsteen, and this is the next single from the album that comes out in a few weeks. So yeah, cool. I wish I was the boss like Springsteen. Everyone would recognize me. Could have been born to run as fast as lightning. Instead I learned I'm a jealous guy, imagining alternatives to my life experience of not feeling peace. Ever had a chance with the cards given? I wish I was the boss like Springsteen. Everyone would recognize me. Could have been born to run as fast as lightning. I don't need to be king like Elvis, just the master of my own ship. I don't need blue suede just to pay the bills. I wish I was the boss like, I wish I was the boss like Springsteen, Springsteen, yeah. Springsteen, Springsteen, yeah. Instead like Dylan, I need times to change, not slowing on the wind, but like a hurricane. Oh, it's been dark, and I ain't getting there. I'm all tangled up and tired of this blue. I wish I was the boss like Springsteen. Everyone would recognize me. Could have been born to run as fast as lightning. I don't need to be king like Elvis, just the master of my own ship. I don't need blue suede just to pay the bills. I wish I was the boss like, I wish I was the boss like Springsteen, 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 yeah. Springsteen, 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 yeah. Once day I'll say I've seen both sides now. My judge will state the case he used worked out once I figured out how to trade my wishing in for writing my own life out. I wish I was the boss like, I wish I was the boss like Springsteen. Everyone would recognize me. Could have been born to run as fast as lightning. I don't need to be king like Elvis, just the master of my own shit. I don't need blue suede just to pay the bills. I wish I was the boss like, I wish I was the boss like Springsteen, 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 yeah. On everyone, Springsteen, 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 yeah. One more time. Springsteen, 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 yeah. Springsteen, 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 yeah. Thank you.
That's a great song, Serge. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to your record coming out.
Hopefully no more monarchs dying.
I told a student last week that we had to move this because the monarch had, our glorious monarch had died, and they thought that I meant Sophie.
And I didn't make any joke. Yeah, I was like, I'm not the queen around here, you guys. I mean, there's bigger egos than me.
I've seen people concerned that it says King Charles ill, but it's Charles III. Anyway, moving on.
Are you ready now, dear?
Well, I don't know, do I? Oh, honestly, I could talk about this for a long time, but Jamie always makes me cry, but he knows that. All of you, really. Yeah, so now I was a bit distracted, but I would love to play this song for you, which is called Bloom Out of Season.
Come on!
As you can tell, I'm really into seasons and nature. I write a lot about, oh, hi, I thought you couldn't come, John. Anyway, yeah. Hi, John. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Sorry. I love my new... By the way, can you give a hand to everyone who's really new at ICMP? Like my first year.
Yeah, no pressure.
They're all clapping themselves.
No pressure, but I heard from the dean there's a group of first years who need to get straight on this round now, next month. So if you're in that group and you're in the room...
I see you guys.
Then you better put your names down.
Yes, please. Don't be shy. So this song is called Bloom Out of Season, and it's about actually so many things. You know how when you start a song, you actually don't yet know that much about it? So that's what happened here. Someone told me and said, you're going to bloom out of season. And I was like, I have no idea what you mean, but it's going to be a song. Yeah. Meeting who? Taylor. How I Met Her. Yes. I can't remember the whole story there. So, yeah, I actually don't remember my own story. I think Shane remembers.
I'll tell it dead quick. Nadine went to America to meet and do some music, and was feeling in a bit of a has this really landed? Has it not? Has it landed? Has it not? And then on her last day, basically, a musician came up to her and said, I just have a feeling we should make some music together. And, we're going to hear it now.
Yes, so we just released this as a single. Taylor produced it in the end, the girl I met in the States. It's actually, to be honest, I feel there's so many deep songs, not thongs, it's a different thing. Great. This one was actually also kind of about grief, but I tried to turn it a little bit on its head, not because I'm trying to avoid grief, even though at times I do want to avoid it. But you know when there's so many topics in my head that I want to say at the same time, so bear with. So Blooming Out of Season, this is kind of about, when I wrote this song, I imagined my little heart being like a plant seed. And when a heart breaks, I thought, you know how with plants, the seeds need to die in the ground so something can grow. And I did kind of imagine that actually when our hearts are really grieving or broken, it really is quite important what we fall onto in that moment. So we could, if let's say, if we're in, let's say, a difficult relationship, it can really harm us when we're heartbroken. But I really felt that the things I had invested a lot of time in, and that has been, especially for myself, has been my faith. And so it's almost, if you invest in faith or in your beliefs, it can sometimes feel a bit like, am I just wasting my time? Because obviously a lot of that is invisible. And I felt that when I actually lost my sister a few years ago, all of a sudden, and I really felt all the emotions, ups and downs, as we all do, but I just felt so, internally rooted, and this is what this song is about. Okay. I bloom out of season, and I grow in the bitter cold, rise through the ceiling, and I go where no one knows, and you don't get my reasons. Well, I don't need your permission, I can feel it in my
and I'm a force to be reckoned with. Put my time in the invisible, and you haven't seen half of this. You're too quick to judge the slow, so I choose contradiction. I smile as you steal my door, 'cause the ground that I stand on will always grow me more. I'm limitless, limitless. Come try and stop this side. Deep roots, too late to make me move. I hit the source of love on my way down, and it turned my broken heart into a garden blue. And this is a middle eight where I need all of you to sing along. It goes blue, 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 blue. Just keep going, you sound amazing. One more time. Limitless, limitless. Come try and stop this up. Deep roots, too late to make me move. I hit the source of love on my way down, and it turned my broken heart into a garden. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right, I'm gonna. That's just such a beautiful song. When is it coming out?
It has just been coming out. My language is going, it's out.
It's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been released.
It's bound to have a great video as well, no, Nadine, so go and check that out.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, it's just been such a lovely evening. Thank you all for coming. I can't wait to be sitting in the audience watching you lot on these rounds this year. It's just so lovely to share this event with you. And we really appreciate you coming tonight to hear us. And I'm going to hand over to Mr. Whisker to close the round.
Thank you. And just say, so Tiernan, on this one, can I please have a gratuitous amount of reverb? like loads of reverb. Thank you to you, by the way, Tiernan, because this is not an easy setup, so... This is quite a complex thing, as if you come and have a look at the number of cables here, you'll see that. And thanks to Lassa as well, who organises this. And who is our production manager doing the live stream. Hi, everyone online, if you're there, all 70,000 of you. So this is a song I wrote with an artist several years ago, and it was what do I want to say about it? So he came into the session and he said, so he's this like electronica pop artist guy, and it worked out with his manager that what he was kind of missing was songs. So he had like great sounding tracks and stuff, but actually there weren't that many. He hadn't really found like what he wanted to talk about yet. So it's like, well, let's try some really traditional sort of guitar and voice type writing. Anyway, he came into the session, said he wanted to write a song about that moment when you realise that your parents are not superheroes, that they're just normal people. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Wow. Brilliant. Thank you so much. So we talked about it for a long time and just made loads of notes, and this is what we came up with. It's called Godlike. It's the atmosphere adder here.
Used to turn to you for answers. Oracle of mine, you're a crumbling superpower, a stranger in my eyes. I used to turn to you for shelter from the fury of the skies. Now I see you as a whisper, a ghost of the divine. I thought that you were godlike, but you're only human like me, wandering like a lost child, just another human like me, human like me. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, I'm just discovering truth. Superheroes are a fable, they are mirrors, me and you. I thought that you were godlike, but you're only human like me, wandering like a lost child, just another human like me, human like me. We're not godlike, we're not godlike, we're not godlike. Oh, we're not godlike, we're not godlike, we're not godlike. In the magic that we left behind, innocence can be recovered. Now we're singing eye to eye. It can only make us stronger. I thought that you were godlike, but you're only human like me, yeah. Wandering like a lost child, just another human like me, human like me. We're not godlike, 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 we're not godlike. Thank you.
Thanks very much, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you to all of you wonderful writers, and all of you, thank you. Bye-bye.
And we'll see you at 9 a.m.
Oh, yes.
Such a powerful round. Can we have it one more time? For Sophie, for Ben, for Jamie, for Nadine, for Satch, for Hall and Jonathan. And thank you guys for sticking around. Anything you want to say to close out?
No, see you here on October the 17th, right?
Great.
Yeah.
All right, well done, everyone. Great.